Hello and welcome to day 64 of 73, and today I wanted to talk about the Chinese bamboo tree. Now, for some of you this might not be a new concept, but for those who are walking into this room for the first time, I first heard about this particular metaphor years ago when I was still back home in South Africa, and the idea simply is that there is this plant that takes an unusual amount of time to water and to nurture and take care of before it actually yields any results. Now, I might be muddling the facts themselves over here, so please bear with me, but the idea essentially is that this particular plant needs consistent nurturing. I'm talking watering it, making sure that everything is in alignment with its growth trajectory for about 4 years. And during this time, there is no indication at all as far as how much progress is actually being made, whether we are getting closer to where it is that we need to go. But the most fascinating part about the journey is that during the 5th year of this consistent minding of the plant, it suddenly shoots up about 90 feet in a ridiculous amount of time, much shorter than it took to actually do the watering. And this message always stuck with me because it resonates now more than ever as I get closer to my particular milestone, in that there's been a lot of work that I've been mindful about doing behind the scenes, and understanding that every day I choose to actively want to cultivate a certain kind of mindset or a certain kind of lifestyle. It's usually in darkness or not out in the open as far as any other way in which one might be doing that. And so the reason why I think this resonated with me a lot is because I still harbor the hope that eventually, with all the work and time and effort that's been taken to follow the journey as it's come, that at some point there'll be an unnatural yielding of results that I would have now ultimately put in the work and time in to ensure. And it makes me think a lot about preparedness and understanding that for the most part, if you're wanting things to happen without necessarily laying down the groundwork or the foundation, then when those things do eventually come, they can actually be of your detriment rather than your help, or they wouldn't hit in the same way that you would have hoped they would had you prepared enough room or capacity for them to come and not just pass, but to come and to take root in your life per se. So I understand I'm being very metaphorical in this, but I think for me at least, with this particular series being a microcosm, it has shown me that through my diligence and wanting to establish a certain habit or a certain lifestyle in what I'm trying to do, then it would require me to be comfortable enough to understand that whatever result that I'm trying to yield is more often than not going to take a lot more time, and I have to be comfortable and aware of that. And when the time comes that I'm ready to now, shoot up and be bigger and more than what I am at the current moment, then I need to be content enough to understand that those kinds of results only come after this period of relative no-shows or darkness, in a sense, or quiet, I would say. And so it's more a nod to the importance of patience and perseverance, I would say. And I think that most journeys do need that, once you understand that the most important part is the internal engine that is going to be moving you forward, rather than any kind of external input to validation. And that's what I understand of it. Thank you for your time.